Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Kind of something, I don't know if you want to call it depressing, but it's kind of funny, but I just wanted to show. I had someone on Reddit ask me for some quick advice before, I'm assuming he's European or something, because he said he had to go to bed in an hour or something, or if he should stay awake for an hour, because this was a while ago, 7 hours ago. He asked me for some, ideas on two-leg parlays. And I gave this parlay, and then I gave these 6 names. And I said, mix and match any of those 6 guys. And they all hit a home run today. So that was I know it's hindsight, but that was a missed opportunity. Holy crap, that would have paid God knows how much. But, yeah, Alonso, Schwarber, Harper. Well, we know Schwarber hit 4. Kepler, Grisham, and Bellinger, they all hit. So, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny. I wanted to point that out. Overall, I think it was a pretty good day. It was pretty fun. A lot of good dingers. And I'm pretty sure, if you bet singles specifically, like I preach, you would have probably made some pretty good money today for the most part. I know not. We can't get them all right, but we try. Let's take a real quick look at the weather and make sure we're looking at August 29th and not August 28th. Cincinnati, St. Louis. This is a very good ballpark for home runs. I looked at the pitchers. I'm not really a huge fan of this game, but yeah, we'll look. We got left to right, kind of blowing in. So this is actually not ideal for righties like Caminero, but it is an extremely good ballpark for home runs. So I think it'll kind of even itself out. The over-under is still 9, so that's still good. And then, of course, we have Philadelphia with the wind blowing out. This is a dome, and it's 63 degrees, so I imagine they're going to have the roof. I actually don't know if they have the roof closed. I would hope so, but the over-under is 7.5. And this is 2 good pitchers in this game. And we got Marlins and Mets with good wind. Boston's might rain. We'll go over it as I go over the games. That's just gonna extend the video too long. But this actually might be a little bit of a long video, just because there's it's a full slate. So if you need to skip through it, feel free. But if you watch the whole thing, it helps me. Trying to get to 4,000 viewing hours and 1,000 subs, and then I can get monetized on YouTube. Because then I won't have to charge you $1 million for my mega ultra parlay every day, which I'm never going to do. Well, charge for. Anyway, we have Liberatore and Zach Little, who has much improved this year compared to the beginning of the year when he was with Tampa. Although he was they're both really good hitters parks, so he has been pitching at 2 really good hitters parks, but Tampa's probably better when you think about it. So if I've been off Cardinals. In this situation, you could go Gorman, Burleson, Nootbaar. It's not the worst thing, but personally for myself, I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm not gonna pick Cardinals. 'Cause that's just me. I really don't like picking them. And we got Reds against Liberatore. Is that how you say his name? Yeah, maybe. Let's see if they have faced him at all, because I kind of want to take someone from this game, but Cincinnati. Trevino's the only one with a home run. He hasn't hit in a while. But small sample size. And Andujar is 3 for 3 off him with a triple. So I actually don't mind Andujar. He is pretty due as well. I think from that game, I'll just say Andujar. But I personally, myself, and I'm skipping that game. I'm not going to pick them in this game. I don't trust either of these teams right now. And I don't know how Ellie hits off lefties. And I'm not going to look because we're not taking Ellie. I'm not doing it. So let's go to Tampa and Washington. The wind was a little wacky, but I still think it's okay. As we know, Parker is a lefty. So just be careful with the Tampa lefties. Lau is okay off lefties, but we're obviously going to prioritize Caminero and Morel. And then this could be a Carson Williams game, but let's just stick with Caminero and Morel. And then if you want, and Diaz, I'm sorry. And then if you want Lau, that's fine. But let's prioritize Caminero and Diaz. just because I like when players bat back to back. If Caminero hits, there's a very good likelihood that Diaz could hit because they're going to be scared of him and walk him or something and blah, blah, blah. So I actually like them. But I do like Morel if he starts. He doesn't start every day, but he usually starts against lefties. So those three are good. I don't mind Lau. You can take him. That's fine. You know what? Screw it. Let's look at his lefty splits real quick. I think it'll be worth knowing how he hits off them. Sorry, I clicked the wrong one. There he is. Splits, lefty. Yeah, he bats a $190 off lefties, and he has 3 home runs. So I wouldn't advise it. This is another great case scenario of let's take him, live bet him. The Nats bullpen is really, really bad, so you can live bet him against a righty, or just take him pregame, and he could hit one off of a righty, or he could hit one off a lefty for all we know, but I would bank it more off a righty later in the game if you want to live bet him. I swear to you, this cough is almost gone. I feel a lot better, I promise. And then as far as Nats go, against Hauser's been really good this year. If you want Wood or Abrams, I won't be mad at you, or Bell, but I try to shrink down as much as I can. I don't want to take everyone on the slate. So understand that the Nats aren't very good. Hauser is good. So let's just not take Nats. We can move on. This is a very good looking slate, so we can move on to other much better matchups. For example, Atlanta's got Elder going. I know Schwarber frickin' went off today. You can sure as hell live bet his walks tomorrow. I'm sure he'll get walked once or twice, but I still like him for a home run. I mean, you got to go Harper. I got the beautiful lefty-righty matchup, so really like them. You could still go back to Kepler. Castellanos has ridiculous numbers off Elder. I know he's going to be very popular tomorrow. All 4 of his hits and half his at-bats against him are home runs. And the only reason why I do like this play is because he's batting 500 off of him. If he was like 4 for 52 with 4 home runs off him, then I wouldn't really like him. But in this case, I do like him. Like, for example, Gurriel has 2 home runs off Snell, but he's batting a $118. That's not, you don't take Gurriel in that situation. Although he has been kind of hot, but I wouldn't take him. I don't think it's worth it. Same with Riley Green off Seth Lugo. He's batting 154 off him, 2 home runs. His only 2 hits are home runs in 16 plate appearances. So don't just look at this and set it in stone. You could. I mean, I whatever. He's proven he can hit a home run off him, but I just wouldn't recommend it. So moving on, obviously Phillies are really good tomorrow. The usual suspects. Let's look at their odds too. So Schwarber's 200. Harper's 340. That's actually, in my mind, that's just good value for someone like that. And then Castellanos 460. That's really good. And like I said, he'll be popular, so maybe lock him in tonight. If you're doing a single, I usually wait, but I think his odds are probably going to go down because he's going to be so popular. And then Profar, wait, who are they facing? Did I go over that? Oh, Suarez, my bad. I didn't even go over who. Suarez is a lefty. What is going on here? My cat wants to go outside. Suarez is a lefty. Harris might not even start, but I wouldn't take him against Suarez. Acuna's fine, Ozuna's fine, but to be fair, I'm not going to take Braves. As we saw what happened to them today, they're just not very good. So we'll stick with Tampa, Philly, and we'll focus those 2 teams for sure. And then this is a tough game too, Milwaukee and Toronto. It's in a dome, 7.5 total. Peralta versus Bieber. The stadium's been surprisingly extremely good for home runs. Like the last game was crazy. It was just a home run derby. But against these 2 pitchers, they're just so solid. And you know me and Varsho, I mean, I usually would take him almost any day, and he's 340. But personally, this is just another game for me to stay away from. If you like anyone, it's all up to you. But once again, I try to eliminate some games just because I don't want to bog it down and bet too much money just because I'm playing someone in every game. So let's move on to Paul Skeens and the Pirates against Peyton. I don't even know how to say his last name. PT. We'll call him PT. I have no idea who this guy is. He's probably making his MLB debut. La 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 la. Yep, he's never pitched in the majors. So this is your infamous case of will the Pirates hit off him or not? Do I want to test it? No. So I'm going to skip this game because, first of all, it's going to rain. It does have wind blowing out, but it's probably going to rain. Well, I don't know if it's going to rain, but it does rain a lot in Boston, I've noticed. At least this year it has. So I think this is a perfect example of I'm just not going to pick this game. I mean, you guys know I like to prioritize leadoff hitters, so if you want to try Anthony or Triolo, they have good matchups if Triolo leads off. But once again, just it's not worth it. It's not worth risking the money. I don't want to throw your guys' money away, even though it's tough with sports betting. So let's go to Kirby versus Allen. Seattle and Cleveland. Low over under 7.5. We know Cleveland is mightily struggling. There's got to be a time that Jose and Manzardo hit. But let's start with Seattle facing a lefty. We know Cal Rowley's always in play. We know Suarez is finally starting to heat up. Let's see if their odds are up. I'm actually curious because if their odds are bad, that's probably a sign that it's not a good game to target. Wow. See, look at the odds in the Boston game. They start at 520 on FanDuel. That is wild. So they're trying to bait you guys into this game, or anyone, whoever wants to bet this game. And I'm not saying you can't. It's just tough against like Paul Skeens and then apparently they still don't even like Pirates against this rookie pitcher. So that's really interesting to see. Just make sure. Okay. So I think Cal and Suarez are fine in this game. I think that's about all I would consider. Actually, we'll go Randy. We'll go the usual top four. Don't take Naylor against the lefty. I think the top four are fine. I think, in my opinion, once again, I'm going to eliminate this game personally on my end. I do think Jose and Manzardo are fine. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. If you want, but personally, myself with the low over under, I don't think it's a good game to target. There's other. Oh, sorry, I punched the microphone. There's other better games to target here. Perez on the Miami Marlins versus another guy I've never heard of, Jonah Tong. He is being called up. He's never started in the major. Wow, that's 2 in a row. That is something. All right. Once again, I don't. That's a tough one. Over under's 8. Let's see where the wind's blowing out to right, so it's good for lefties. Yeah, I mean the Marlins they're not hitting home runs right now. That's the main thing with me. Because they're missing Stowers from the lineup, and we know how good Stowers was for a while until he got hurt. So I think and honestly, the Mets are just so inconsistent and annoying right now that I'm going to stay off them. If you want Soto or Alonso or Lindor or any of the obvious guys on the team, I'm happy for you if you want to take them, but I'm eliminating a lot of teams on this slate because there are better games. The Cubs go to Colorado, Houston plays the Angels. This looks like a good game, so there are better games on the slate. Trust me. But personally, the Mets I think the Mets are 13 and 18 since the All-Star break. So they're just really, really struggling right now. It's kind of embarrassing. They lost to the Marlins on Thursday, and that's not a game you want to lose, So let's go elsewhere. Definitely, we love Yankees. We know that. We love Grisham. He hit again. Bellinger hit again. Jazz hit again. I mean, any of these guys, once again, let's look at the weather. Wind left to right, 9 miles per hour. See, that's ideal for lefties at least because they're hitting the right field. So, and they're facing a righty. So once again, target the lefties. I'm gonna go back to Bellinger as one of my favorites because when he starts getting hot, he gets hot. He's a really good play. Same with Grisham, same with Jazz. I mean, these guys are getting hot. So stick with Yankees. Judge, I'm still on the fence on. I don't understand why he can't hit 2 days in a row or even two in one game. I wish I knew if his elbow is still bothering him because I feel like it is. Rice is fine. Any of the lefties are in play again. I just probably wouldn't take Ryan McMahon because he hasn't been very good with the Yankees. I even like Wells if he plays. He hasn't been playing every day. So great game to target. Yankees are huge favorites with an over-under of 9. So fantastic game for to target the Yankees. As far as White Sox go, I'm going to say no. I wouldn't take any. Let's move on. Detroit at KC. I love Yaz at home. Oh, you know what? I need to start with the Tigers. Lugo, who has struggled recently. I need to see. Baez, no. I can't take Baez until he hits a home run. If he hits a home run, take him the next game. That's my rule with Baez. Riley Green, I already went over him. You can take him. He just has his only 2 hits and 13 at bats. It's not really good numbers at all when you really boil it down. But I usually love taking Green. But today well, Friday, it's Thursday, but Friday I wouldn't recommend it. And then Torkelson has horrible numbers off him too. I mean, and the Tigers looked like crap against the A's, so I think this is a good game to wait on them just to see if they can heat up. But if you want Green or Carp, I'm going to leave it up to you. But once again, I'm not going to take any Tigers. It just doesn't feel worth it. I don't. What was the weather? And the weather, that wind doesn't really matter. I would just ignore that. Let's see what their odds look like if they're... Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Looks like they're not up yet. I do like Royals, though, against the Tigers. I was about to say, I love Yaz at home. He's been hitting a lot of leadoff home runs at home, so definitely take Yaz. We already know we're going to take Vinny. And then it's always a crapshoot between Witt and Perez. This year, I like Perez more because he's been more consistent. But you can take Yaz if we really want to. If any of them have ridiculous numbers off Paddock, then I'd probably say just go with them. Yeah, Yaz actually has really good numbers off him. There you go. And then Vinny's 2 for 5 with a home run off him. So let's prioritize Vinny and Yaz. You can even parlay them. Just do like a teammate parlay. I'd be fine with that. As far as the other guys go, Perez is only 1 for 6. Witt's only 2 for 7. So if you want either of them, it's fine. Because Paddock has struggled this year. But let's go with, Vinny and Yaz for sure. All right, moving on to San Diego. Nestor Cortez against Zebby Matthews. So Cortez, he came to my work a couple times during spring training this year. The guy is extremely nice. Super, super cool dude. So I just want to give him a shout out. He's a really nice guy. And then, so as far as San Diego, let's check the weather. I'm blind. Okay, here it is. Yeah, so weather that's not going to affect anything tomorrow. As you all know, Tatis is just struggling this year. If you want to try the old leadoff spot, feel free, but he's struggling, even Machado. So once again, right now, lately, my favorite Padres by far has been Loreno. And then I do like O'Hearn and Sheets is starting to heat up, so he's fine. But it's funny because all the guys that were on, well, Sheets has been on the team all year, but the 2 former Orioles, are the hot bats right now carrying the team. So, but if you want to try Machado or Bogarts, that's fine because Zebby struggled this year. So I'm going to prioritize Loreno and O'Hearn, and then anyone else, if you like them, feel free. Let's see if their odds are up. They're really up right now. Oh, the Yankee game's up, though. I didn't look at that. Look at Stanton. All right, so remember my video, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, I said if their odds get absolutely obliterated, that's a good sign for them. Remember that. He's plus 190. It's not ideal odds, but if you want to throw him in a parlay, they really, really like him tomorrow. I mean, I don't use a single boost on him, but put 100 by, I don't care. Just take him. We like those odds a lot. Judge, his odds are always around here, so those are actually kind of high odds for him, if you ask me, 215. But any of these other guys, look at these odds. I mean, they're all Bellinger at 520. Take me there. Take me there. Alrighty, let's go to Minnesota. And I do like Buxton. He finally got hot. That was amazing. I did call him that game, by the way. I said he was going to hit a home run. I actually called him the day before. I texted my friend, I'm calling it. Buxton's going to hit a home run. But he got the day off. And then he hit a home run. He hit 2 home runs the next day. So sometimes you just know it's time, when they hadn't hit in a while, unless it's like Tatis, you just don't know. But Buxton's too good of a player to not hit for that long. And then Cortez has really struggled this year. So this Keishel kid, excuse me, he's pretty good. I like him. I think he's in a good spot. Even Royce Lewis. So any of the righties, I would prioritize them, of course. So Buxton, Keishel, Lewis, I think they're all fine. Wallner is not good off lefties. Either is Larnack. I don't even see him in here, so he's probably not going to start. But these are expected lineups, so these aren't guaranteed, as we know. As you guys know, I wait on the lineups. If you use FanDuel, please wait on the lineups to come out. There were people that had Yelich on their parlays today, and they lost because he came in and pinch hit. They had the other 2, 3, whatever legs it was, and he came in pinch hit and didn't hit a home run. It does suck, but you have to think of it this way. It's in their rules. You know what their rules are, so you really can't get mad at them. Just think of it that way. I've had it happen to me. Trust me, it does suck. But you got to understand, those are their rules. It's literally in the fine print. So just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Trying to help you guys as much as I can. I think that's good for the Twins. Let's go to the Angels versus the Houston Astros. And Javier, yeah, he struggled. So as you know, we're gonna go with Nito. We're gonna go. I'm kind of off board right now. He's cooled off. So I would definitely prioritize Nito and Adele. I don't know when Mike Trout's going to hit a home run. If you guys want to tell me, he's 2 away from 400. I would love to see it. I love Mike Trout. He's a fucking great, excuse my language. I'm trying not to say bad words. He's a great baseball player. But I just got to stick with Nito and Adele here. And I think that'll be it. I actually saw this kid in a fall league game when I went to with my dad like a year and a half ago. Nico Cavadas. And he did play a little bit last year in the majors. But yeah, let's stick with Nito and Adele. If you want Ward, I am perfectly fine with it. He's just, like I said, he's cooled off a bit. So we can hold off on him if you want. I actually don't mind Moncada. I think Moncada's he's also a switch hitter. So he'll bat lefty against Javier. Then he'll bat righty if they put a lefty in. So I think we can go Moncada. He's heating up a little bit too. I don't think their odds are up, but let's refresh and take a look. No. But the Twins odds are up. So Buxton's 255. Wow, Wander's 350. I think he actually hit off a lefty the other day. So I don't know. Or he hit late in the game. He's been hitting late in games a lot. He's a good live bet candidate. Like bat him his 3rd or 4th at bat. I actually think that's a good play. Moreno's 520. Wow. What is that? Is that a mistype? Dang. Jump all over those odds. Or unless you have better odds in a different book, do it. But yeah, so I'm sorry. I keep getting a little off track. And then so Nito, Adele, and Makata. Those are my three favorite Angels in that exact order too. I'm prioritizing leadoffs like crazy right now because they are just going off. As far as Astros go, Anderson's been really bad lately, like really bad. Let's actually see how they hit off of him. I think this will be good to look at. Altuve's got one. Alvarez has three. Christian Walker has one. No, the other guys all have good numbers. Like even McCormick. I used to pick McCormick, but he's bad this year. I don't get it. He has one home run. Oh my god. Okay. Well, maybe since I spoke into existence, you can take him tomorrow if he plays, but make sure he plays first. But yeah, so we'll go. Pena's okay, but we're gonna prioritize Walker first since he's heating up. He's looking real good, and he hit that late. He hit two today. He hit two home runs. Diaz hasn't been playing, but if he plays, I love him tomorrow. So Walker and Diaz, and then let's go Alvarez. I think Altuve's fine. He just hasn't really been hitting consistently, but I think he's okay. I would probably just toss him in a single, though. I don't know if I'd put him in a parlay. Same with like Correa and Pena. Like these top three guys, I'd probably only put in a single. The other guys you can put in a parlay, and I'd feel good about it. Not in the same parlay, in like a separate parlay from other teams. Sorry, I should specify. All right, let's go to Colorado playing the Cubbies. Our hopeful rookie of the year. I gave a little pointer, remember, for Cade Horton. This will actually be interesting because he's pitching in Colorado, and this is a tough stadium, so hopefully he has a good start. If he has a good start here, that's a really good sign. I really hope he does. So as far as Cubbies go against Marquez, you could do Nico as like a long shot single. He hit in San Francisco. Why wouldn't he be able to hit in Colorado? But we'll prioritize Tucker since he came to life against the Angels. Hopefully he can do the same thing in Colorado. Pete Crow's kind of tough right now. I'm okay with it, but just be careful with him. I probably wouldn't put him in a parlay once again. I'd just put him in a single. And then I'm cool with Shaw and Swanson. So Swanson hit today. I think he's also very streaky. So really most Cubs are in play in Colorado. Just maybe in game one be a little careful just in case. But really we'll prioritize Tucker on the Cubbies in this game. I really want Suzuki to hit. He's just been so ice cold lately. It's really hard to pick him right now. And then, as far as Rockies, well, if you bet Horton for Rookie of the Year, we want the Rockies to have a bad game, right? So let's not take any. The only one, I mean, obviously you can go Mickey or Goodman. Those would be the top guys, and Doyle. But hopefully Horton pitches a gem, and then we don't even have to worry about them. All right, let's go to Sacramento. Sorry, my cat's crying in the background. If you guys can hear that. Jack Leiter against Jeffrey Springs, so righty and a lefty. Leiter actually isn't a bad pitcher. I think a lot of people are going to get excited seeing that name, but he's actually pretty good. And the only thing with him, or at least here, is this stadium is tough. So we know there's going to be home runs in this game. And Texas just scored like 20 runs or whatever. That was crazy. But they actually don't even have Seager listed. That's weird. Did he get hurt or something? Huh. Well, I guess we'll keep an eye on that. Or let's just look, I guess. So I'm curious. Oh, he had appendectomy. Return date unknown. Okay, so no Seager tomorrow. We know that. I still really like him. If Langford leads off, hell yeah. I love Garcia. I love Higgy. And I would prioritize those three for sure. I used to love picking Jonah Heim. I don't know what happened to that guy. Frick. That's depressing. And he's a switch hitter too. So he's matchup proof. But if he's good odds, I would take him in Sacramento. I'm perfectly fine with that. So We'll go, obviously, the leadoff if Langford leads off. If he doesn't lead off, he's still good. And then Garcia, Higgy. So fire up Rangers for sure. And then I don't know why I just clicked on his name. And then if we want to go with athletics, Soderstrom, he's kind of cooling off a little bit. Funnily enough, Jacob Wilson is kind of hot for the A's. He's another guy if you just put him in a single. I wouldn't really recommend him for a parlay. But I think we're just going to need to see the lineup for them. Let me see if they've seen lighter before. Kurtz. Oh, wow. Kurtz is 2 for 2 off him with a home run. Shea is 2 for 5 with a home run. Soderstrom. Yeah, okay. So we'll prioritize those three then. Kurtz, Shea, and Soderstrom. That makes sense. Yeah, I like that. I'm kind of glad I looked at that now. Cool. So Kurtz, Shea, Soderstrom, 1, 2, and 4. You can even take Rooker in there if you want. I mean, Rooker's Rooker. But it's almost Rooker Saturday. Hey. He is facing Merrill Kelly, but I still think it's okay. It's Rooker Saturday after all. Well, not tomorrow, but you get it. All right, so the D-backs go to L.A. It's unfortunate that Christian Walker isn't on the D-backs anymore because he obliterated the Dodgers in his career. This would be a freaking... You guys would literally be swimming in money this weekend if Christian Walker was still in the D-backs. Anyway, they're facing Blake Snell, so we already know the D-backs kind of stink right now. I'm not going to take any D-backs. It is a fantastic park for home runs, but I can't do it. I just can't do it. They're just too unpredictable right now. As far as Dodgers go against Gallen, let's see. They've probably faced him a lot. Let's see how they look. Gallen, Zachary Gallen. Wrong team. Los Angeles Dodgers. Mookie, Conforto, Freeman. What does Ohtani have? Ohtani is 2 for 10 off him in his career. The thing about Ohtani is right now is he is not very good right now. I watched him the other day and he just looked like crap. His odds are shit too. So if you want those odds, whatever they are on your app, if you don't use FanDuel, I mean, I don't hate it, but you could wait on Ohtani. I probably wouldn't plug him into if you're plugging someone in the last leg of your parlay, I probably would not put Ohtani in it. And just the way he's looked lately, I don't think it's worth it. So I like Freddie, and I like it a lot. I even take Conforto since he has good numbers off of him. I hope Mookie does hit one off him, to be honest, because he looked good the other day. If you want Mookie, that's fine. But once again, in a single. But yeah, let's prioritize Freddie. Freddie would by far be my favorite in this game. And like I said, like I have said, obviously Ohtani is matchup proof. It doesn't matter who's facing him. You can take him. But for those odds, ask yourself if it's worth it. If you're plugging him into a parlay and he busts your parlay. So moving on. Last game, Baltimore and San Francisco. The Giants looked really good against the Cubs. Kramer, however you say his name. Definitely like Devers. Devers looks fantastic lately. He's super hot. And then I think I'll just go with my usual 2 Giants that I like. Adames is okay because he hit 2 home runs today, but I would just prefer Devers and Chapman. I think that's the way to go when the Giants are home. But just be careful with Giants games. You guys know how much I don't like this park. And it's super cool, too. It's only 63 degrees. So that's not going to help, being how cool it is. 80% humidity. Yikes. Okay, that is the slate. That was actually quicker than I thought. But there's not very many games up right here for me to make a parlay with. All right. Well, remember the Discord is insane. Look how many members we have now. There's 186 offline. There's 9 online. It's kind of late. There's me. There's the admins and a moderator. I mean, we are popping off. This is insane. The growth has been crazy. I think I have 830 subscribers on YouTube now. Like I can't thank you guys enough for how quickly this channel has grown. I had 9 subscribers last week, and I'm closing in on 900. So I like honestly, and then I got sent like not I got sent like 30-40 bucks in tips today just for my picks and research and the thanks that so you guys are amazing. As you know, I'm never going to charge for picks. This is all free information. I did make a tip tab here. If you come to my Discord, if you want to throw me $5 for a coffee, feel free. But I will never beg you guys for money. So just keep that in mind. But we chat all day. I am on here all day. I will be on here at work. I work Friday through Mondays. I will be on here all day answering your guys' questions while I'm at work. So please join the Discord, like and subscribe to the YouTube video. Let's get it. We gotta get me to 1,000 subs and then just keep going up from there. But I'm gonna keep giving you guys as much information as I can, and I just appreciate it. See if there's anything else I wanted to go over. I don't think so. I'll include the Discord link in the description as well. Oh yeah, parlay. Another thing is, I did want to show you something on here. So I have a daily write-up section. I did a daily write-up for like the morning games, and then I did one for the later games. Because I wait for the lineups to come out. I don't want to get a little ahead of myself. Tomorrow will be a little easier because we kind of know everyone's going to start. But like, I did call Ref Snyder. I called Story. Obviously, I'm not perfect, but I did call Walker and Altuve. So if you guys, you get pretty good information here. And then, of course, the beginning of the video, I showed you guys that ridiculous 6-legger I accidentally made, but obviously we didn't place it. So, and then the later games, I did the same thing. I had Schwarber, I had Harper, where's Kepler? Oh, that was not the write-up. I had Olsen in here. Braves were freaking disappointing. Anyways, I had Schwarber, Harper, and Kepler on here. I had Alonso. Some of these games were disappointing. I had Grisham, I had Bellinger, I had Jazz. So, I like to give it later in the day so it gives you more information, as the lineups come out. So just keep that in mind for the Discord. I also posted on Reddit as well under the home run thread. I'm Psycho Steve on Reddit. You can follow me on there too. I'll figure out how to put my profile in here and you guys can check out the Reddit profile. Cool. So let's see if we can make a super quick, or I'll just put in the description again. Yeah, there's a lot of games. So I'll think of a parlay tonight and I'll just put it in the YouTube description again and you guys can check it out. And then be on the lookout if I update anything tomorrow on YouTube and Reddit and my Discord. It'll be on everything. I promise. All right. I love you guys. Have a good night. And if you have any questions, comment. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. I said it again. I need you guys to subscribe. All right. Have a good night.